Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Yes, I am back. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. I feel much, much better. Thank you guys for all your well wishes. I got a lot of comments. I got a lot of messengers. I got a lot of texts for those who I do know personally. So, yeah. So, no, I'm not toothless. Not yet. Not yet. That's going to be a long road. That's going to be a long battle. I'm not getting all into that. I'm really not. But there's a plan right now working for me to get this all right. It ain't all better yet, but I'm much better than I was the other day. So there we go. Leo, hold off on the stocks. And UNH is, as a matter of fact, is bringing down the Dow, has been bringing down the Dow in a big way. How are you? Happy you are back, Uncle Glenn? I am doing much, much better. I can talk much, much better. I feel much, much better. And I'm amped up. You know why? I'm amped up because the time that I wasn't on live or on the channel, my mind went 1,000 miles a minute to try to put the best quality stuff that I could together for you. There's a lot of you who are still not subscribers to the VectorVest software, and my job right now in my mind is to provide you with the means to show the value behind the VectorVest software. I think that anybody who's not a subscriber to the VectorVest software but has been here in the channel, you're getting a lot of stuff, all right, which is great. But I need you guys to take the next step, which is to take a trial of the software, all right? So I'm not putting on my salesman hat to a certain degree, but you know something, between Ryan and I, we provide you guys with so much great content that we need you to take the next step. And the next step is to take a trial of the software. You go to www.vectorvest.com/YT to take a trial. And Joey, I think, is going to put up a link. Can you put up that QR code right now? Or do I need to be in another screen?
Yeah, it's only on these
All
two.
right, put me in
But I'll
another
put the
screen
link
real
in the
quick.
chat.
I'll do that. Put me in another screen, all right,
It's
real
gonna
quick.
show.
Now, Joey's going to put a QR code up there. For those of you who are not subscribed to the VectorVest software, click on that QR code. You can take a risk-free trial. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that so early in the presentation right now is because, again, I've gone through a lot of things in my mind. I've got a lot of great video content already prepared for the upcoming weeks. You're going to see that real quick, but man, again, not being in front of the screen as much as I have been has really taken me to a place where I really need to push the value behind having the VectorVest software. Now, if you take it, that's great. If you don't, we're still going to give you great content. All right. So that's what it's all about. Stop Lloyd. That's not a nice thing to say. It's not a nice thing to say.
He's joking.
I know he's joking, Joey. I know. So all I really want you to do is really concentrate on looking at the content that we have, and you got to make a decision. $9.95 for a 30-day trial. That's all it takes. And some of the stuff that you're going to see today that I'm really excited about, you'll be able to do as well. All right. So, Joey, put me back on the other screen. Take off there we go. So, another thing that I was looking at in regards to setting the table for my live streams, all right? Emily says, sound good today. Monday was horrible. Sorry about Monday, folks. I really am, but I tried to push through it. I really, 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 really did. It is what it is. That was in the past. Right now is the present. And in the present, I think that when I do a live stream now, I think it's important to understand what's going on today. That's what you're here for. You're here for what's going on today. How can the VectorVest software help me today? So as you see on the home screen, it's a little different, but I like this. We can clearly see what all of the major indices are doing today. Are they up or are they down? That gives me good insight as to what I should be doing in the market today. With that, we're looking at the top industries and the top sectors, All right. So now, out of over 9,500 stocks that we track, why not hone in? This is what you come to the channel for. You come to the channel to find the best stocks that you can possibly find, right? That's what everybody is on YouTube for. Where can you find me the stocks that I need to go look at? I don't even want to look at your face. All I want to know is what stocks I need to be in right now. I think this setup that you see right here is going to help to pinpoint what's going on in the market and where you need to be right here, right now. And then I'm going to show you the power of the software to know when to buy. I'm going to show you when to sell and how to manage graphs. I've got 3 go-to graphs that I love, and we're going to start talking more and more about that because I think it's important that you have a way of truly knowing, no matter what the news is, no matter what anybody says, on how to truly trade a stock. Not that I'm going to just give you stocks and you just blindly buy them. I don't want that. Anybody can do that. But what you need is a guided process in order to know when to be in the stock, when to be out of the stock, blah, 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 blah. So that is all of the excitement that I've got going on for you today. And I think that if you don't walk away with at least taking a trial of the software, I don't know what I can do. Well, I don't know what else more I can do for you. All right. So, and something else, want to know about what's going on today? How many stocks in our database are going up compared to going down? Why is that important? That helps to add to the type of day that we're having to, 1, manage the stocks that you have, 2, to consider if you should be in new stocks or not. Number 3, should you back up the truck? All of those different things are so important. I think it's time to take some profit only on some. David, I'm with you on that. I am with you on that, and we're going to walk through that. Glenn, I'd rather watch you than Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is a big dude. You ever see that? That man's a big old dude. Took the day off, so I'm here live, not watching after. Way to go, Roger. Thank you for that. Jazz says, we love you, bro. Man, again, I don't remember the last time I've been this excited about a live stream. I can't remember, but I'm super excited today. So I love this new setup, what the major indices are doing. The NASDAQ's taking a little bit of a hit, but the other indices are up. Which industries and which sectors are on the rise? This is probably some of the most important stuff that you need. All right, now I'm going to take you into another new setup that I have. Ward says I took some off yesterday. There you go, Ward. Good call, good time. All fronts on top with Wu-Tang fangs. What the hell is that? I'm so excited I can't hide it. You know something? I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. All right. Next thing I want to get into VectorVest software. We'll do that. Here's all of the major indices. Again, everything is up except for, look at that, the VIX is falling. That means people are less fearful in the market. People are less fearful in the market and more greedy. This bodes well for people like Jazz. This definitely bodes well for people like Jazz. You should be excited as your mouth is fixed. It ain't totally fixed. It's better, but it ain't fixed yet, all right? So with that being said, I've got a new setup for you when looking at what's going on in the market in the indices. Watch this. Boom. How about now this? We've got all of the indices on one graph that we can take a look at over a 1-month time period where they all are. Number 1, if this sounds exciting right here to be able to do this on the one screen, type a 1 in the room, all right? If this already, starting off with what I got for you today, if this looks exciting right here by itself, type a 1 in the room. I can now see what the Dow is doing over the last 1 month. I can see that the Qs are hitting a new high over the last month. Let me move this out. I can see that the Russell, the lower dollar stocks, look at that, coming off of a high, but right at a level of support. These are things that you need to know. All right, looking at the S&P, look at that new one high over the last 3 months, and last month. And not only that, look at the trend lines. Are they in trends? Look at the Dow. I also have an 8 exponential moving average on that. Whew. Even though the Dow is at a level of resistance, how about we got an up day right at resistance? If I'm holding Dow stocks, I'm all right. All right, the Q's hitting a new high. breaking through a level of resistance above the 8 exponential, the IWM, the Russell 2000, above a level of resistance above the 8 exponential moving average, and of course the spiders hitting a new high. And all of these are trending higher no matter what nobody says about anything in the news. These indices are moving higher. All right, so if I get a day where I'm down, all right, I don't panic because I can see what's going on. The mobile app has this too, correct? Yes and no. Yes and no. I'll talk about that. Remind me, Michael, to talk about that tomorrow. IXIC is slightly negative, though. I'm looking at the Qs. You can pick whichever one you want, whether it's the IXIC or the Qs. I'm picking the Qs rather than the IXIC. They could be a little bit off. B2B gold, not ETF nor crypto. I'm not a fan of gold. We'll talk a little bit about that. Hamamoto, remind me, we got a way to determine whether or not gold is the play or not. Woo, you wait till I get to the meat and potatoes of today. Holy smokes, this is so good. It's got me starting to sweat a little bit. That's how good today is going to be. Right now, if you have, goodness gracious, Hamamoto, thank you very much for the super chat. Everybody type a W in the room. Everybody type a W in the room for the super chat. Thank you very, very much. Let me hit that applause button. Thank you very, very much. Hold on. How about this? Here we go. Hit the DJ air horn for that too. All right. So with that being said, let's start getting into some news. All right. I'm going to switch over, tab. And let's start off with the inflation. CPI, here we go. Annual inflation rate hit 2.3% in April. I mean, that was a couple of days ago. I think it's still important. Less than expected and the lowest since 2021. So what's moving the market? All right, let's talk about that. Now that we're in the news, we already looked at what was going on in the market. All of the major indices are rising. They're all in good trends. A couple of them hitting new highs. What's moving the market? Well, the president was on the Middle East tour, and a lot of money was promised to us. I say it that way. All right, I say it that way because it ain't in our hands. All right, it ain't in our hands. All right, what else is moving the market? The potential deal with China. I told you that was probably going to be one of the biggest catalysts to move the market higher. All right, we went from 145% tariff rate on them down to 30. They moved us down to 10. Blah, blah, blah. All that is pushing the market higher. That's what's making the VIX fall. That's what's making people a little bit more greedier than fearful in the market. So a lot of this is tariffs news. Saudi Arabia, big influx of money coming in. But, all of these deals that are happening with everybody promising us money, it's going to take time. All right, it looks good on the headlines. It looks great on the headlines. But as you go along, you got to keep this in perspective. And in perspective says it's going to take time for these deals to get done. India wanted a deal with no tariffs. Sherry, I don't know if that hit. I did not see that. I did not see that as far as I know we were trying to do a deal with India. I hadn't seen any news that came across. So that's one big macro news in regards to inflation. What else is going on? This is an interesting story. Powell says inflation could be more volatile in the future. Now, we talk about all of the money that we're bringing in over the tariffs month over month. It's more money coming in. What is the dual mandate for the Fed to make sure we got a new subscriber? Look at that. That's a good deal. Thank you for that. To manage price and to look at full employment. Interesting thing about employment. There was a lot of layoffs, government layoffs. We did give them severances. I am going to tell you, and I'm going to keep this in mind, that once the severance packages go away, those jobs come off the books. They're still currently on the books. That's what I'm concerned about when it comes down to unemployment, is once all of those severance packages go away, unemployment will rear its ugly head. All right, so everybody... just keep that in mind. Why should Powell be fired? He's doing and Sherry, I think he's doing everything that he can do, Do you cut rates into possible rising inflation? The problem is you don't, Sherry. That you just can't do that. You can't do that. So I think that, and I've said this on more than one occasion, that the Fed is in a tricky spot. And I agree with you on that, Sherry, that the Fed normally comes late to the party. I don't know when we're going to ever get a Fed that's going to be right on point. But I don't think that it's set up for him to be right on point. He's got to wait for the data in order to make a decision. But we as investors, not sitting in his shoes, can always play the armchair quarterback. All right? That we can play the armchair quarterback. Sherry, I wonder if, and again, I put that out to anybody. Is anybody in here willing to sit in the Fed's shoes or the Fed's seat? Yes or no? Just type that in the room. It's easy to talk about what they do or don't do, but is there anybody in here that would want to sit in the Fed's seat or fill the Fed's shoes? So I say I don't want to. No matter what you do, people are not going to like it. That's a tough spot to be in. All right, that's a tough spot to be in. That's just being realistic, Sherry. And I hear you. I totally hear you, but I would not want to be in his shoes. All right. And I think he's in a tough spot. The Fed's goals are contradictory to each other, to each of theirs is their problem, says Michael. Qubit's solid. I'm not looking at stocks yet, yeah, Hamamoto, and I appreciate, something, I do have to look at a stock for you. You gave me a super chat. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to look at qubits. I'm going to do that. Let's move this over to program. I'm going to do that. QBTS. I'm not ready for stocks yet. He gave another one. All right, there we go. QBTS. What other stock did you want to look at? You gave me another stock. Hamamoto. I got to find it. BTG. All right, comma, B2G. I'm going to look at both of those stocks. Again, due to the super chat, I am going to look. I'm not ready to look at it yet. But right now, looking at qubits, whatever the news moved it today, look at the give back. That's a tough spot to be in. All right. If you're in it, I'm going to give you a hard sell line to consider right about this level of support. All right. Right now, it's trading at 1097. I got a level of support sitting at about 1034. That's a good level of support. If it falls below that, the news wasn't enough to keep it up. Not only that is the stock going down, but it's going down on bigger volume. People are getting out of it. People are getting out of it. So just keep that in mind. With Glenn back today, we can do 50 stocks for Glenn. I didn't say that. Who said that? Leo, I'm not ready to look at stocks yet. The only reason why I'm looking at these two is because Hamamoto gave us 2 super chats. Not just 1, but 2. Glenn, you don't think this is a pump and dump? Not at all. I don't think that this is a pump and dump. And you know why, Akshaya? Watching those indices on the rise, 2 of them hitting new highs, not yet. And guess what? If it is a dump, if I go back to the graphs, all right, let the market tell me. Look at that, Akshaya. Let the market tell me. Trending higher, trending higher, trending higher, trending higher. I've got levels of an 8 exponential moving average. I can get out. If it is a dump, I can find out quick just by looking at a graph. Does that make sense, Akshaya? So is it pump? I'm not going to call it a pump. I'm going to call it the market's responding to what's going on macroeconomically. Now, if it is a dump, this is why it's so important to look at graphs. All right? This is why it's so important to look at graphs. And I can get an early indication before the market starts to pull off. Does everybody agree or disagree with what I just said? Type it in the room. Does everybody agree or disagree with what I just said? Type it in the room. I can look at a graph, and I'm looking at the 4 major indices. I'm looking at the 4 major indices right on this. What the heck is that, Joey? What did Joey just?
It was a test. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't say type of 1 or 2. I said type of agree or disagree. OMG. Woo. Agree or disagree. So, Akshaya, let the market come to me. What are we doing? We're trading the graph, right, Akshaya? I'm not speculating, and I don't want you guys to speculate. Let the market come to you. Let the market come to you. All right? So, the market's giving me opportunity to make money. Take it. Let's get back to Hamamoto's other stock. Nope, I'm not adding anything to the graph, Akshaya. You know something? I can add a lot of things to the graph. And if you want to do that, do that. But I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it simple. I want to see what we see and keep it simple. All right? Trade the chart, not your heart, as you always say. And I'm trading the charts. So again, Akshaya, you think pump and dump, you think what you want to think. I'm trading the market. And I want everybody in the room to get on board with trading the market instead of just listening to everybody out there. That's what I want. And that's the value VectorVest brings to you. That's the value VectorVest brings to you. Outside of what everybody's saying, keep your heads off the swivel. How many times have you heard me say that as well? Stay out of the news. Let the market come to you. All right, so the other stock, Hamamoto, let's go check you out, is BTG, gold. Be careful with gold. Yamamoto, look at this. Look at this. Trading the chart. Trading the chart. What is it doing? It's going down from the high. Going down from the high. No matter what you may think about what everybody's telling you, look at what the chart is telling you. It's trending down. Earnings per share starting to fall. If you're going to find a gold stock, I'd probably look for a different gold stock, maybe like Orla. Let's go take a see what Orla looks like. Orla, there's Orla. Look at that. Orla, undervalued. Look at that. Great stock. Bottom left, top right, right at a level of support. Folks, this is it. That's the value behind what we do here on this channel. Right there. Orla was great. Orla was great. Keyword was right there at that level of the high. Was, where's it at? A level of support. This is value right here. Right there. All right? I'm going to look at one more. Harmony, HMY. Let's pop that up real quick. Harmony. Same scenario. Trade the chart. Trade the chart, not your heart. And somebody's probably out there, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Somebody's probably on YouTube saying, buy the dip on gold. Yes or no? Someone is on YouTube telling you to buy the dip on gold. Yes or no? How about let it come to me? Let it come to me? And this is where, tell me this. Have many of you, honest question, how many of you out there have looked at somebody's channel and said, oh, hey, everybody, go buy the dip. And you go buy the dip and it hurt you? Type a yes or a no. One of the beautiful things that we do here at VectorVest, we're not afraid to tell you to stay out of a stock, ever. No matter how good everybody makes you feel about the stock, we're never afraid to tell you to not be in the stock. Long term, though. Long term. Let me break this down. Undervalued. Way undervalued. Value is rising. Earnings per share looks good. Long term, I like this stock. But right now ain't the time to be in it. I'm not afraid to tell you it's not the right time to be in it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to go buy the dip when the stock looks like this. Value. Value is what saves you money, what makes you money. www.vectorvest.com/YT. Take a trial. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the kind of information that we bring to you each and every freaking day. You want to make the money? You're on a channel that's not afraid to tell you not to buy at any given time. Value. That's what it's all about. Value. That's what it's all about. All right. So Yamamoto, great stock picks to look at. Now we're going back to the news. All right, we're going back to the news. Web stories. Here we go. I really am sweating. Woo, I am pumped up today. I am really sweating. Woo. Can anybody feel the energy? Just type the word energy. Can anybody feel the energy? Just type the word energy. Today is going to be a good day. I'm back, baby. Today is going to be a good day. Just type the word energy in there, especially if you're brand new to the channel. And this is the first time you're here. Whew, this is what you stumbled on today. I'm telling you, today is going to be a good day. Today is going to be a good day. All right, let's get to the next one. Coinbase. I'm calling it crapto again. I'm calling it crapto again. Why? What did I say that I was looking for to happen when it came down to crypto? If another FTX type of scenario was going to happen. Coinbase says hackers bribed staff to steal customer data and demanding $20 million in ransom. And they're not paying it right now. They are not paying it. Good googly muggly. Crypto's getting hit. How about Coinbase is down over 6%? I don't know for how long this is going to last, but these are the things that concern me when it comes down to crypto, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'm going to give you the opportunities to make money in it. I'm still in ETHE right now. I'm still in ETHE, taking a little bit of a loss. All right. I'm still ready to try to ride this out, but this is not good for crypto. This ain't good for crypto. We'll see. All right. So Coinbase is going to be in my list today. Chinese stock, Alibaba shares dropped more than 7%. Big profit mitts. Whew. There's so many of you who do not like Chinese stocks. Ta-da! They never cease to fail to pull the rug from up under you. They never cease to fail to pull the rug from up under you. Vic says, Glenn, you remind me of a preacher I used to know. Fire and good. We got another. What are you doing? Hamamoto? Another one. Another super chat. Gotta love it. Type the W's in the room. I'm telling you, I'm excited today. Woo. I am excited today. I got to get through this because I got some good stuff to show you today. Ooh-wee. Alibaba shares. Okay, good. Next one. Boeing. This is huge. And there's another stock that I want to add to this. Boeing inks a record-breaking deal for Qatar Airways to buy up to 210 planes. They say it was like a $2 billion. How much? 400 engines. I forget how much it was. It was a lot of money. Anyway, the second stock I want to add to this, I don't know if anybody's talking about it. Qatar also signed an agreement with GE Aerospace for more than 400 engines to power the planes. That's going to be big for GE. They are now packaged up into this deal. So I want to look at Boeing. Boeing is turning out to be like a prince in this whole deal. With everything going on with defense, getting all these contracts, I don't know what they did to be the class monitor, to be getting all of this love. All right? To be getting all of this love. But no matter what, you cannot ignore what's going on with Boeing. You can't. A lot of money. Gosh dang it. Why doesn't it show me how much money was in here? Dreamliners. Where's the money? You know what else I like about this? It's going to support up to 154 U.S. jobs annually. More than 1 million domestic jobs in total. Leo, I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to looking at stocks, okay? Can we buy life insurance policies for I don't know. Why are you asking me that? I went to buy Enhanced account, and it told the prices are all, I don't know what that is. Boeing, big dollar on exports and trade deficit. $96 billion. Thank you, Vic. $96 billion. That's a lot of freaking dough. That's a lot of freaking dough. And again, I don't know if anybody's talking to you about the GE side of it. They got the contract for the engines. That's going to be big for both companies. All right. NVIDIA scores big as Trump brokers major AI export pact with UAE and U.S. tech giants. Ryan's doing a video on NVIDIA today. Make sure you check it. Again, for all of those that are new to the channel, between Ryan and I, we put out 6 p.m. videos every day. 6 p.m. videos every day. New jobs to offset layoffs. Woo! What a way to come back, Joe. Something I'm not afraid to answer that question. That is a bona fide question. So, Joe, and I'm going to put that up there. New jobs to offset layoffs. Can I say yes to that? I can say yes. That's a lot of jobs, Joe. That's a lot of jobs, Joe. And I think a lot of the deals that are being done with the influx of investment into the United States, I think will fly by. Actually, I think they will fly by the number of people that got laid off. That's what I think, Joe. That's my opinion. That's totally my opinion. Boeing can't finish building the presidential A1 jet after the first order 10 years ago. We'll see. I'm just putting that out there. All right. Next story. Rocket Labs gets NASA contract to launch Aspira astrophysics mission. What is that? It's a mission. Aspira will study galaxy formations by observing ultraviolet light. That's big words, big science words, but that's good for Rocket Labs. Next one, Archer. You know I like defense. Archer Aviation stock has strong momentum, what's driving the action. An exclusive partnership making the company the official air taxi provider of the LA Olympic Games and Team USA. It's a good story. Next one. First, now this is something I want this stock added, and I got to talk about it to my team in regards to what's going on. First in-human study in the bag, GlucoTrack, which we don't track yet. I'm looking to see if we can get it tracked. Gears up for a long-term trial of potential groundbreaking continuous blood glucose monitor for diabetes patients. My only other stock in this space that I like is Senseonics. Hadn't found any new news on Senseonics. GlucoTrack, if you can pull it up, watch it. It's only like 14 cents. It's a cheap stock. I think based upon how big diabetes is, and I got a monitor. All right, as you can see, I got a monitor that tracks mine. I know that Senseonics is on board already and already tracking the under the skin monitoring of a glucose for a year. You can put it in and it's there for a year. GlucoTrack now as a 14-cent stock. I want you to keep your eyes on the stock. I'm going to try to get it added to the database, but this caught my attention because I am a person that's got the diabetes. I got the sugars. All right, so stuff like this really catches my attention. All right. Sherry says, love GE. Trump is talking hundreds of thousands of jobs. What about Apple? Listen, I may be excited, but I ain't dumb. You know I'm not ready to look at stocks yet, right? You do know that, right? Ticker symbol GC, what is it? GCTK. GCTK. All right, that is the ticker symbol, GCTK. All right, keep your eyes on it. I want you guys to keep your eyes on it. So all the small business owners that are going bankrupt will get jobs at Boeing. That's another good, honest question. I don't have the answer to that, Doug. I'm not going to say that I do, and I'm not going to say that I got all of the answers. But you know something? You're right. All right? You're right in that there's a lot of people who have lost jobs due to all of the things that are going on. That's the reality of things that are going on. I'm trying to look to the positive side. Fortunately, Doug, I'm not in that situation, and I'm blessed to not be in that situation. Hopefully, many of you are blessed to not be in that situation as well. But I'm trying to look at the good. I'm trying to look at the silver lining the best way I can. But I don't want to put to the sidelines the people that have been affected adversely. So, Doug, that's a good statement. That's a good statement. So I wanted to address it. All right, Doug, I wanted to address it. All right, I got a new segment that I'm going to do when I do a live stream. What did I call it? Oh, hot off the press. All right, hot off the press. I didn't mean to look at Apple. The Apple news that Trump don't want them in the. I saw that story. I put that story up here. All right, this is called hot off the press. I need to have some music for this, Joey. Oh, hold on. I got something. Hold on. I could do this.
Well, uno momento, por favor.
All right, I like that. Uno momento, por favor. ATX. These are hot off the press big movers. All right, ATX was up a lot. Hot off the press, though, Soar's $800 million plan to acquire Bitcoin and official Trump. Big this morning, look at it now. That's why it's called hot off the press. I always want to look at the stocks that have made a big move off of news to determine whether or not it's worth it. That's one. Second one, hot off the press. Lobo shares skyrocket on agreement to supply 5,000 EVs to the U.S. market. Stock is still up. All right, stock is still up. Under agreement signed recently, the local distributor, exclusive partner in the U.S., plans to purchase and distribute 5,000 customized Lobo small four-wheeler electric vehicles. Still up for the day. Hot off the press. Dick's Sports bought Food Lion. How about if Dick's Sports would have bought Food Lion? That'd be interesting. You could buy sneakers and get steaks at the same time. But that's not the case. Dick's Sporting Goods closed to deal for Foot Locker. Foot Locker went up a lot. 84%. Dick's Sporting Goods went down. So I'm going to try to bring a couple of stories that are hot off the press that have pushed these stocks higher just so that we know that they're out there. How about that? You guys like that? You like that? I'm going to have 2 to 3 stocks every live stream that are hot off the press. Do you like that? Yes or no? All right. And, from the press, we're going to be able to see if they were worth it or not. If they were worth it or not. Believe it or not. How many of you remember Believe It or Not? That was a great show. That was back in the 70s, 80s, right? Believe it or not. David says he doesn't like it. All right, that's fine. All right. It may not be for everybody, but I want to put something new out there. Remember, it's all about the value. What can we bring to you? All right. Let's go to the VV program. Let's open that back up. We did look at a couple of stocks, but now let's get to the viewers tab. Viewers tab is here's all of the markets. Ripley's. No, remember there was, believe it or not, it was Ripley's Believe It or Not. That was right. So all of the major indices are up, not by a lot, but the market's been up a lot of days in a row. Not only are they up, look at this. They're all in uptrends. The VectorVest composite everything is in uptrends. So I go back to the statement by Akshaya about whether or not this is a pump and a dump. The markets is showing me right now that they're going up. And again, by way of looking at a graph, we'll be able to fill you in on when the market starts to fail. All right, make sure you track, and I'm tracking all 4 indices. Draw a trend line. First thing you want to look for, falling below a moving average. In this case, I'm using the 8 exponential along with a trend line. You'll know. All right? You'll know. Let's go back to the viewers. What else do I got? The big news stocks, the stocks that hit the big news today. Let's open that up real quick. NVIDIA. Look at the big one. There's the Foot Locker. Foot Locker up 84%. Look at that. Goodly moogly. Lobo, again, these are my stocks that were my hot off the press. 2 of them are still up. Both of them are, look at that, they do have VSTs above 1. But look at that, though. Lobo, the EV company, how about it's undervalued with a relative value above 1? Ooh. Jazz, I want you to track that for me. I know you're a little bit more aggressive. When was it $62? Was it really $62? Again, I don't have a whole lot of information on GCTK yet. I thought you were already giving us things that were hot off the press. Taboola, I'm giving you the hottest hot. I'm giving you the hottest hot. Bates says made good money on NVIDIA, Glenn. Ryan's been talking a lot about it as well. How about the GE Aerospace along with the Boeing? All right, keep your eyes on that. It is overvalued. It is in an uptrend. Archer, way overvalued in the aerospace. Nicely up today. What's hurting us? Dick's Sporting Goods. That ATXG, that was the other hot off the press, getting his butt kicked. Alibaba, miss. Coin got hit. Senseonics was my not my drug, but my stock of choice in regards to the glucose. I want to see about GCTK, and we'll see what's going on. Defense, GD looking good. You know how I feel. Talking about defense, let's do this. Going to go to portfolios. Let's talk about, there's my top stocks for the year. Up still right now, 6.5%. Let's go look at defense. ABC defense stocks. You know how I feel about that? It's up 3%. I only have 3 stocks in here. AVAV, I think I got to do another defense stock video. I'm going to write that down. I got to do another defense stock video to add more stocks to this. Defense stocks. All right. But as you talk about defense not in this list, nor is GD. All right. But I am going to add more stocks. I'm going to do a video in the near future. I got to add more stocks to the list. All right. Let's go back to viewers. Safe undervalued stocks rising in price. All the markets going up, 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 up. Let's go take a look at what's going on. I've got 5 solid stocks. What is our mantra? To buy safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. I don't think you can go wrong with these stocks. Safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Do I have a video? Do I have a portfolio? Yes, I do. 2025, safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. It's up 3%. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks in here. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Now, it's not a ton, but we had a rough year, didn't we? Especially with all of the tariff stuff. But look at this. NRG up 34%. When did we buy these stocks? We bought these stocks on May 5th. Oh, sorry, May 2nd. Look at this. This is why you got to watch the channel. If you're brand new to the channel, this is why you got to subscribe to the channel. Sterling up 11%. Taiwan Semi up 8%. Grand Canyon, 10 cent. MTG, 2 stocks that are down, which are manageable. NMIH and CRH. These are all safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price. This is golden right here. Trading Hour mantra. This is golden right here. I'm giving you 5 stocks out of the over 9,500 stocks that we track. Giving you 5 stocks that are safe, undervalued, rising in price. If these stocks don't make you money, Joey's going to pay you some money. Joey's going to cover you. All right? So, Bates says, how do I say? Is that Bates? I don't know. Glenn always making it hot. You know me. I got to do what I got to do. You know me. I got to do what I got to do. Swing trade with the NPI. Good swing trades right here. Good swing trades right here. Domino's Pizza, CCS. All of them are up today. One is a sell. Be careful with that. But these are all my swing trades with the NPI. Only found in the VectorVest software. You can't create this search on your own. Star Search. Star Search stocks that just got into Star Search. I've only got 3 stocks I want you to pay attention to. PMT, RVLV, PCH. Folks, I'm giving you fish right here. Everything I'm giving you is fish. This is what you come to the channel for, to find stocks, right? I'm giving you fish based on the VectorVest software. I'm giving you fish based off the VectorVest software, not based off of news. All right? This is a little bit more aggressive, though. These are a little bit more aggressive stocks. I also got my 3-8 picks, 3 exponential, crossing the 8 exponential. I got 3 stocks. A lot of these are sells because they've been beaten up. These are stocks that are starting to rise. I got ATLX, BNR, GV. All right, new fish. Again, also more aggressive. All of these stocks have good upside potential, though. They may not be fundamentally sound, but they do have good upside potential. Undervalued, undervalued, undervalued. Look at that. And these are aggressive picks, all undervalued. Glenn's radar picks. I'll talk to you about how I'm finding these picks now in the near future. I've got 5 stocks for you today. Leo, if you put that up there one more time, I'm not going to put it up there. I told you I got you covered, Leo. I really, really do. I really, really do. All right? I got you, Leo. My 5 stock picks for this session: AMAT, Burn, Urban, Form, CPRX. All right? These are my radar picks. Again, in the coming few days, I'm going to show you how I can now come up with radar picks, stocks that should be on your radar in a matter of seconds. In a matter of seconds. All right? Write these down. Again, I'm still giving you fish. I'm still giving you fish. All right, Sherry, I'm going to give you another play on DFEM because that's a leverage ETF. I want you to look at ITA. ITA. It is a non-leverage ETF on defense. All right? I just sent you something. I just sent you a gift. ITA, non-leverage ETF on defense. All right? Speculative. These are stocks moving on big volume. Let's go see what I got. Archer, CSCO. Be careful with Rigetti. Rivian, interesting. And NXTT. These are stocks moving up nicely today, but on big volume. Again, more fish. Today, I'm giving you a ton of fish. All right? Let's go down to, we looked a little bit at portfolios, commodities, commodity ETFs. What commodities are moving? Emily, what did Emily say? Emily, please, Glenn. Emily, I don't know what you put up here. So this is why I say please wait on the stocks. What is MTI? Joey said it in there. MTI was the underlying trend of the market, cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Above 1, the underlying trend of the market is up. Below 1, the MTI below 1, the underlying trend of the market is down. Can you give us fish that pay dividends too? I can. I'm not giving them to you today. Michael, I like that. As a matter of fact, depending on how much time we have, I might show you how I can do that as well. There's my hot off the press stocks. All right, I put those 3 in here. Flow, Lobo, and ATXG. Still moving up. Again, there you go. All right. Customer picks. There we go. I'm going to put in UNH. All right. I'm going to take there's going to be a reason why I'm going to only take 10 stocks today. I don't care how much you put in. I'm only taking 10 stocks today. I'll show you why in a second. BK, SOXL, Meta, Amir, I'm only going to take, I'll take Axon, TSM, PSIX, QSI, AHR, VZ. I don't know what the hell is that. Silver. You really looking at silver? Who put that in a gen? All right, see how many stocks that is. Now, you know that I go and I look at all of the graphs on the stocks, right? I'm going to ask a silly question. I'm going to put SMCI in there. SMCI. TPC. Why am I not listening to myself? We already looked at BTGD. CLS. Crap. CLS. SMC. Come on. SMCI. TPC. And CLS. All right. That's more than 10 stocks. Nobody listens to me but me. Silly question, get silly answers. Silly question. Before I go to look at these graphs, how many of you out of these 13 stocks want to know what stocks I should buy right now? Type of 1 in the room. And what we do is we go through, and I'm still going to do that. But how many of you would love to build a watch list like this and want to know, out of this list, what are the best stocks to buy right now? Just type a 1 in the room. Because if you're going to type a 1, I'm about to freaking blow your mind. All right? You ready? I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to you to search. I created a simple search. What's the biggest thing you want to know before you go buy a stock? Is if it's going up or down in price, right? Simple search. 1 week ago, relative timing was below 1. When I run the search, relative timing is above 1. Watch this. Stock watch list. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it. I already had one. Stock watch list. Where is it? Did I create it? I did create it. Where did it go? Radar. This is what I call radar stocks. Stocks that should be on your radar. Nope. Not even looking at CI. RT below 1 last week. RT above 1 this week. That's simple. So I created a radar stocks customer picks. I already found the watch list. It's under Trending Thursday format new. Customer picks. See that? Watch this. So you just gave me those stocks, right? Watch this. What stocks had an RT below 1 last week, RT above 1 now? Ta-da! Now, keep in mind, all of these stocks that you see here were below 1 last week, above 1 this week. What's the biggest thing I see going on right now? They're all going down today. So what do you do with these stocks? Based upon what I just showed you, what do you do with these stocks? Type it in the room. What do you do with these stocks? There's only one thing I'm looking for. Look at the word radar. What do you do with these stocks? Last week, these stocks were below 1. This week, they're above 1, but they're going down today. What do you do with these stocks? Type it in the room. Ta-da! Way to go. Right there. You put them into a watch list. You put them into the watch list. Why? Because they're now in my radar. Now, let's go graph these real quick. All right? I'm going to set you up right now on the fly when to look to buy these stocks. All right? What I like about Meta, undervalued, rising value, RT above 1, rising earnings per share. Watch volume. I'm going to set this up. Trade the graph, right? Trade the chart. Freehand line. If you're currently in the stock, leave it alone. It's still an uptrend. If you're currently in the stock, leave it alone. Well, if it's coming up on my radar, when should I think about buying it? What's the high here? Dateline. What's the high? The high is 662, 67, 77, 79. 662, 79. Hook you up. 660. The flying flip did I just say? Son of a gun. Let me put it here in a second. What was the high? Dateline. Somebody write this high down for me. 662.79. There it is. Buy point. Buy point. What did I just say? 662.79. I'm going to give you a date of 5/15/25. Oh, who did that? 662.79. I just gave you a buy point on the stock. It hit my radar. Put it in your watch list. I just gave you a buy point on the stock. Let's go to the second one. Red flag. There is a red flag. I got fallen volume. I got a red flag. I got fallen volume. Is it going to stop me from buying it? No. That's what I'm looking for. Trade the chart. Let's go to the next one. Next one. SMCI. I love the move coming up through this level of support. It was below one last week. Look at that. Nicely jumped up. Going to give you a buy point. 48.15, 25, 48.27. 48.27. Giving you a buy point. Buy point. 48.27. I'm trading the chart. I don't know why you should be in it right now. I know it's moving up. RT just went above one. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy about this. All right? It's just lingering. It's just lingering. I don't like that value is falling. I know the stock's moved enough to get a buy recommendation. That doesn't make me feel, there you go. Vic says it's gappy. I'm not feeling it right now. But I am going to give you a buy point. I need to put today's date. 5/15/25. I want to put these dates on because if they hit, I want you to know that we did our due diligence. And you know what else I do like about SMCI? It's above the 8-day exponential moving average. I'm not feeling, and if you're in it, it's starting to fade the gap. Be careful with it. All right? Fitz, don't like the falling earnings per share. That's also a flag. Let's go to the next one. SOXL. You know what I do like about it? It did break. Who the heck drew this trend line? It's a horrible trend line. Goodness gracious. Ryan did it. It was Ryan because it wasn't me. That's the trend. That's the trend line. It already broke up above it. It's above the 8 exponential. What am I looking at as a buy point? How about this swing high right here? There it is. When it bumped back up before it came back down, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to give you a buy point of 21.32. 21.32. Note, buy point. I do like that it just became a buy. Buy point, 21.32. Put today's date. 5/15/25. All right. That's what I'm really looking for. If you're in it right now, leave it alone. If you're already in it right now, because somebody's probably already in it, trade the trend. Trend line is there. You know something? I wouldn't use the trend line as a way to get out. I'd use the 8 exponential. All right? But it's still in trend. Down days, don't panic. That's why you trade the chart. Down days, don't panic. All right? And what other? Got another one. QSI. RT was below 1 last week, above 1 this week. RT is above 1. Oof. Little sideways move. This is still more of a trade. In the quantum space, look at that. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's still above the 8 exponential. I don't know if I really want to give you a buy point on this. I really don't know if I want to give you a buy point on it. Long term, though, I do like the rising earnings. I don't know if I really want to give you a buy point on this, but I'm going to give you this level of resistance, $1.53. If it gets above that, maybe that's it. There you go. Thank you, David. QSI reports earnings today after market. All right. With that being said, with relative safety, I don't know. I don't know what the chances are they're going to make it. They're going to beat. All right. But I do like the rising earnings per share, and I do like short-term RTs above 1. All right. So those are the stocks. Again, out of the stocks that you gave me, which stocks have the higher probability to go up? Let's go back to the viewers tab. Let's go look at all of these real quick. CLS, right at resistance. Look at that. I got a buy point already on there. 113.83. I love the rising earnings. Where's it stopping? Look right there. There's a trend line. Love the rising earnings per share, like RT is above 1. There's my buy point on the stock. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's still trending higher. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's still trending higher. Let's go to PSIX. Man, how many, by way of looking at our channel, how many of you have become more confident in the stocks that you pick? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you, by looking at our channel, have become more confident in the stocks that you pick? Type of 1 in the room. I'm curious. I want everybody to answer, especially those that don't ever talk. I want to at least hear that coming to the channel helps you. All right? Especially for those that never talk. I at least want to see a 1 in the room if by coming to the channel you are getting more confident in the stocks that you're picking. I really want the non-talking people to show up right here. Why? Because you're seeing some value. Too new to vote, says Hayward. I got you. That's a good, honest answer. All right? I'll take that. Market volatility has left me feeling shot. Why? Track the VIX, track the indices. All right, next one, TPC. What don't I like about TPC? Type it in the room. Big thing, I'll say it. It's parabolic. It is parabolic. It isn't an uptrend. Nice to see you back, Glenn. Definitely have missed your insights. Thank you, Tech Geek. I appreciate that. This is parabolic. And where did it stop? Right at the high yesterday. Be careful with it. Is it too late? I'm not feeling that it's okay. But something, it's doing exactly what you wanted to do, hit a new high. I'm going to give you a buy point about 12 cents higher than this high if it's still got legs to the upside. If you're in it, it's still above the 8 exponential moving average. Watch volume. People are getting less interested in it. All right? Next one, TSM, moving higher. I do like that. Freehand line. Look at that there. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's above the 8 exponential moving average. Its trend line is in play. Undervalued, value rising. Watch volume. RT is above 1. Earnings per share doesn't look good. That's a flag. Earnings per share below, moving like this is a flag. But short term, the stock's moving up. Value is moving up. Stock became a buy. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, I'd look for this level up here for more conviction. And you're right, Vix. It's a little bit more gappy. Today is a down day, not by a lot. Again, if you're in it, leave it alone. I would use the 8 exponential moving average as a way to get out. All right? Let's go to the next one. Axon, stock that Uncle Glenn brought to your attention a while ago. All right? Stock is killing it. Broke through a level of resistance, trending higher. It is overvalued. RT is above 1. Earnings per share is rising. Down day to day. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's got 2 things to look for right now. I got a level of support sitting at about 696. If it falls below that, I wouldn't be mad at you for taking profits off. You also have the 8 exponential moving average. You also have the trend line. You've got a nice short leash on this stock as of right now. All right? I'm one of those that never talkers, but I come here nonstop. If you absorb VectorVest like a sponge with the willingness and openness to learn, you will be full of riches. VectorVest member for 1.5 years. Thank you, Blaine. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that. Listen, today was one of those days. I'm almost done. Today was one of those days where I came full of vim and vinegar because not being in front of you guys for the last couple of days really got my mind going on what I could do, what I could help to do to bring some value to this room. I'm not going to say that we don't already do that, but man, I wanted to go way above and beyond today in regards to the value that we bring to the room. All right. So I'm just putting that out there. All right. Next one. Meta uptrend. I got a buy point, 662.79. I got a buy point of 662.79. If you're in it, leave it alone. That's a buy point. Watch volume. Earnings is rising. Watch volume. RT is above one. Stock just became a buy. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, there's the buy point, 662.79. Let's go to the next one. Wow. BK, Bank of New York, uptrend. I like to play. Let me give you a buy point on this. Horizontal line right there. Wow, beautiful. 90.13. That's going to be my buy point. $90.13. We're not that far from it. 90.13. Buy point. 90.13. Now, always keep in mind, all of these things that I'm giving are suggestions. You know, I can't tell you what to buy, all that stuff. You know that, right? All I'm giving you is, as we look at these graphs, this is a good-looking graph. All I want to do is I want to go a step further. I want to help you to know when you need to consider getting into these stocks. Undervalued, value rising. Volume is falling off a little bit. Love the earnings per share. Glenn is the James Brown of stocks. Ow! Jump back, kiss myself. Hey! Woo! Papa got a brand new stock. I got this stock. And it's going up. Ow! I got the stock. And it's going up. So good. So good. Make you some money. Dun, 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 dun. Woo! All right. Whew. Told you I got a lot of energy today. Goodness gracious. Joey, you need to make a short of that. Woo! All right. So that's my buy point on BK. This is my buy point on BK. Let's go to the next one real quick. We looked at SMCI. There's the buy point on that. Energy level through the roof. I'm telling you, I feel good. Today. Wow, AHR. Whew. I'm looking at 12 cents higher than the high. Straight up on that. All right. I'm straight up on that. AHR. Beautiful. Bottom left, top right. Something that concerns me. Value's flat. It is overvalued. Value's flat. But this stock is moving. I like to play. I do like to play. Long term, bottom left, top right. This could be a nice fish right here. This is a nice fish right here. All right, just keep that in mind. That's a nice looking fish. Interesting. Stock sell, we did look at. Watch the turnover. I got a buy point. If you're in it, it's still in an uptrend. Also, watch the 8 exponential moving average. Down day, don't panic today. You got levels right here. All right, let's go to the next one. UNH. No. Not only is it going down, look at the volume. People are getting rid of it in a big way. No. Straight up no. I love that it's undervalued, but and it's below the 8. No. And it's been below the 8 exponential moving average since it dropped here, 417. And since then, there's nothing, all right? There's nothing that tells me I should be back in that stock in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, I don't know what you know about the stock or you think you know about the stock. I'm telling you, look at the graph. Trade the graph. All right, Michael, UNH, there was some news. Let me go peep that out. There was some news on it. They missed something. I don't know, 12 point. Let's go look here. Fell 16%. Wall Street Journal reported that the Justice Department was investigating the company for possible Medicare fraud. Okie dokie. That's what's kicking its butt. The stock market overreacts to news. Of course, you're going to say that, but that's not a little thing. Such investigations typically trigger investor concern due to the potential for significant financial penalties. Da 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 da. That's what's going on with UNH. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. All right. Let's go to the next one. VZLA, big move today. Is it enough for me? RT is above 1. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, let me give you a buy point. That level of the high, what's it at? 245. Buy point on this is 250. I'm going to make that 250. Buy point, $2.50. 5, 15, 25. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know what happened today. Nice open candle, very little wick. I do like rising value, even though it's overvalued. Love the rising earnings per share. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, and you're looking at this as a possibility to get in, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, Fitz, UNH is like SMCI until you get more data. I will take fraudulosity for 200, Alex Trebek. Last one. QSI we already looked at. All right. So there's a couple of things that we did today. Where is it? Cam. Where's the thing that we just put up here? Cam. VV program. Oh. Is that it? There it is. All right. So a couple of things that we did today. One, our setup on our screen, I think, is more apt to what we need to do on a daily basis in a live stream. Seeing what the markets are doing, seeing what the top sectors and industries are, that's a good way to know what stocks to get into, what stocks are going up, going down, blah, 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 blah. Number 2, I talked about a new way to utilize the VectorVest software to hone in on the best stocks to keep on your radar. I think instead of just saying that we're going to give you fish, we're going to go a step further. Why? Because it's all about a value add to me. We're going to go a step further. I can take any watch list of stocks, and you're going to see this over the next few days in my videos. I'm going to do a lot more radar stocks, okay? I'm going to do a lot more radar stocks in different industries that are moving, all right? And I'm going to show you the easy way to know what stocks you need to be in, no matter what industry we're looking at. So I'm probably going to start a series of radar stocks. Please add SDST. I don't know anything about it. I'll look at it. SDST. To the database. It's a lithium mining play. I'll add that. Glenn, how did the tile of the four? All right, we'll do that real quick. VectorVest program. Give me 4 stocks in the room right now. 4 stocks. All right? Give me 4 stocks in the room right now, Fitz. Somebody. 4 stocks. I'm going to show you how I did it. 4 stocks. Oh, my gosh. Now you don't want to give me stocks. VOO, HWM, CONY, PLTR. All right. I just put 4 stocks in the list, right? Notice from here, go up to the top left. You're going to see these 4 boxes. See these 4 boxes? Click on it. I can set up a couple of different ways. 1 stock at a time, 2 stocks side by side, 2 stocks over each other, or click on all 4. Boom. All 4. And I'm only looking at 4 stocks. You can only do 4 stocks. And there we are. Now I can look at all 4 of these stocks on the screen. What I want to do is move the graph control panels over so I get more real estate, right? Move them all over, and there you go. There you go. All right? And then when I want to get back out of here and look at them one at a time, go back to that 4 square, click on 1. And now I'm back into looking at 1. Fitz and everybody else in the room. Does that make sense? HWM, I like that. Look at that. Watch HWM, though. Where's it at? Right at its 8 exponential moving average. It's close. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That, Coney, I'm not feeling it. And Palantir, right above a level. Current support. Watch that as a level to get in or out. All right, now let's go back to here. Now I got to go. All right, folks, hit the like button if you like today. Today was a good day. We went above and beyond what we normally do. We went above and beyond what we normally do. I need to pull the people who are not subscribers to the forefront so that you can become a subscriber to the software with what we do here. We give you the confidence to make the money that you need to make. All right. So www.vectorvest.com/YT. Take a trial, 30-day trial. Take a trial. I want to get 100 likes before we leave. Today, I brought the energy, and I had only one cup of coffee. I only had one cup of coffee. All right. So thanks, Glenn. Glad you're feeling better. Stay safe, Vic. Thank you guys again for all of the support from Monday. I appreciate that. It's getting better. It's going to get better. And I am going to start a new thing with radar stocks. Make sure you tune into the channel for it. All right. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. You know I love me some Hawaii. I need to be back in Hawaii right now. Always remember, there's great people in the world. If you can't find one, type it in the room. Be one. Odabu. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.